Here goes Makkari. Bling.
Makkari! Easy.
Makkari mid! Oh, you son of a gun! This is why I said it! No! That's exactly what we were trying to avoid!
It's Tuesday again. We did the scouting so you don't have to. Makkari has rushed into Marvel Snap, and we're going to look at a few of the deck builds that you can start trying her out in today. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Makkari doesn't do anything super flashy and over the top. You're not going to get some like amazing highlight clips, but you will get value out of the card. Real quick, let's look at what she does, and then we'll talk about the list that she fits well in. The image on screen shows a 3-3, but Makkari is currently a 3-4 with the text after the turn runs from your hand to a random location if possible. What that means is if she's in your hand and there are space on the board, she's flying out of your hand right on the board to play herself. Now, being a 3 cost, your first instinct is going to be to throw her into a Silver Surfer deck, and we do have one of those today for us to look at, but that's pretty generic. We have 3 others that have a little bit more variety of how you can use this card efficiently. So whether you want to put her in something safe and consistent like Silver Surfer, or you want to take a little bit of risk and try her in something a little bit fancy and fun, either way, there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. Do what fits you and your playstyle. And like always, I'm going to credit all of the creators that we got these lists from, as well as links to the decks if you do want to copy and paste them and try them out yourself. Let's get going. We're going to kick things off with the most expected home for Makkari, which is a Silver Surfer list. This one by the one and only Alex Coccia. And this is just a standard Silver Surfer list. It's good. It has great curve. It has so many options for you. You've got energy cheat. You're going to fill up the board 9 times out of 10, and you're going to put out really consistent numbers. And aside from Shaw, typically those are Shangless numbers. We're staying under the threshold where we're not getting punched in the face. Although Shadow King still could be coming for you. Now, there's a lot that can go right with this list, but if you caught that clip right at the beginning of the video, there's some stuff you might have to worry about with clogging up yourself. Let's take a look real quick at what that full clip was.
We can hope that they play something to... Come on, this is Skillmonger. No! Makkari mid! Oh, you son of a gun! This is why I said it! No! That's exactly what we were trying to avoid!
Oh, you hate to see it, Alex, but outside of those extenuating circumstances where Makkari clogs you up in the worst way possible, overall, she should be great value, getting you another free card down on the board that gets buffed up by Silver Surfer and Absorbing Man and Nova, and whatever else you're throwing in there. So if you do decide to take this list out for a spin, just be careful how much you fill up the board before it's too late and you run out of space. Up next may be my personal favorite of the list for this week, and this is what I'm calling Moon Shuri by Eva. So we're taking the fantastic package of Kitty Pryde, Angela, Elsa Bloodstone, and Hope Summers, and we're expanding on it, and we're throwing in a little bit of the Shuri, which is really nice with the Hope Summers because you can Shuri on 4 on top of Hope Summers, and then you can float turn 5 where you'll have 6 energy, then you play a free She-Hulk, and you Taskmaster it, and you throw down your Kitty Pryde somewhere else. It's really a fantastic combo when you can pull it off, and the Moon Girl just gives you so many options. In a best case scenario, to be honest, you are going to be copying the She-Hulk so that you can throw down multiple She-Hulks at the end of the game. And what's really nice about Makkari is it actually frees up space in your hand without you having to spend any energy, so that you guarantee that you're going to get a copy of the She-Hulk. Because if you've played Moon Girl lists before, you know that having too big of a hand makes it difficult to get the copies of the cards that you really want. And outside of getting multiple She-Hulks, in another cool use case with Makkari, you can have moments like this.
I'm about to juice this up.
It's okay. All systems go.
Now, pulling off a combo like that is not always going to be the easiest. You need to draw Makkari at exactly the right time. But overall, in this kind of a list, Makkari's not the star of the show, but she's a secret enabler that makes the deck run efficiently. And sometimes that's all you really need out of a card. So if you like this kind of a playstyle, you get a little bit of the wait and see, you throw priority, you slam down big powers, and you also enjoy having the consistency of that Angela, Kitty Pryde, Elsa package, grab this one. Links down below. Now we've got 2 more lists to go, but while we're on the topic of Moon Girl, let's look at a completely different build that still tries to utilize that Moon Girl, getting the value out of Makkari by clearing up your hand, making sure that you are Moon Girling the specific targets that you want to get extra copies. And this list is an oldie but a goodie. I'm sure many of you have run across some similar version of a toxic high evo at some point in your Marvel Snap career, and either you love it, you hate it, you're neutral, probably very few in the neutral category. But I kind of love it, to be honest. What you're doing, in case you haven't seen this kind of a list, is you are reducing your opponent's power with all of the tools at your disposal from Wasp, Hazmat, Scorpion, Cyclops, and then you're getting yourself a cheap or a free Abomination. You're also going to aim to get yourself a 1-cost She-Hulk by floating all of turn 5, soaking up that extra energy into your Sunspot, allowing Misty Knight to go off, allowing your Cyclops to go off one more time, and then slamming down multiple Abominations and She-Hulks all on turn 6. Makkari, again, is just a huge enabler. Getting her out of your hand for free has so much value when you're trying to make sure that you hit the right targets with Moon Girl. Now, you could run into that extremely lucky situation where you draw Makkari right at the right time to Moon Girl and get a second copy down for free, but overall, that's not the goal, actually. The goal isn't to Moon Girl and get copies of Makkari, it's to have it clear up space and slam down multiple Abominations or She-Hulks on turn 6. It's a fantastic list. I love revitalizing old decks that now have fallen to the wayside and trying to just bring them back to life. It's the great part about Marvel Snap's cycle, where something that you thought was out of everyone's minds can come right back in and still be strong and effective. And if you do enjoy watching Marvel Snap live streams, I cannot recommend Guest Gaming enough. Not only is he a fantastic player, he's always brewing up unique card lists for you, and he's a highly entertaining individual to watch. 10 out of 10. Now, last but not least, Dera said, I'm just going to take Makkari and I'm going to plop her right in one of the best deck lists that is out right now. And honestly, it fits perfectly. It makes absolute sense why you would throw Makkari in this list. This is the type of deck where you want to fill up all of the lanes. You want to keep your cards protected, like your low-cost cards with your Kyera, and you want to just buff everything up with Khazar and Blue Marvel, because every card that Khazar and Blue Marvel buff is an extra 1 for Gilgamesh when you play him down and his on reveal happens. I do like the inclusion of some removal like the Shang-Chi, because sometimes you do just need to punch something. Nightcrawler's another thing too. It gives you a little bit more agency and control over where your cards go. So if Makkari does go to a lane that you maybe didn't like that she'd be at, you can shuffle some stuff around a little bit. I do think both Shauna and Squirrel Girl are necessary parts to a list like this, but you might have to be careful playing both of them. You could clog yourself up. But let's look at one of the situations where a location that normally could hurt you actually ended up helping.
What? They stayed? Oh, we gotta draw a bunch of cards. That's pretty nice. Makkari! Easy.
You've gotta love the randomness of Marvel Snap. Not only does Nocturne change the location to one at a time where we only have one card left in hand, you get to draw some extra. You also draw right into the card that can automatically play itself. Incredible. Now that's going to wrap it up for this week's scouting report, and if you'd be so kind as to subscribe to the channel, maybe like the video, leave a comment, it would help a ton. I'm trying to level up the quality of these videos each week, and the positive feedback helps a ton to grow the channel and continue on my journey as a content creator. But overall, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I gave you some viable options for you to test out Makkari if you decide to pick her up, and I will see you next week for the new card release. Peace.